Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. How are you guys? Are you fine? Well, this is Sayyid Sami al-Haq and you're watching my channel, Sami Ielts. Today I'm here to discuss a very big question that everyone is confused about. Ielts or PTE? Like, it's a very common question these days, not only in Peshawar, but all across this country, that whether I go with Ielts or PTE, which exam is more accepted across the world. And even some guys, they're thinking that Ielts is, a little bit difficult than PTE. And, PTE is a very good option these days. And if I go with PTE, I can pass it very easily. And, it doesn't require that high-fi English level. And yes, if my English is pretty weak, I can pass PTE. I am not very able to pass Ielts because Ielts is, super difficult. And so there are so many questions about Ielts, PTE, difficult, easy, blah, 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 blah. Dear students, it's very simple to understand. Ielts, PTE. Look, listening, reading, writing, speaking. Listening and reading in Ielts, 100% AI, 100% computer-generated result. If we take the example of PTE, so in PTE, speaking now 50-50, human-generated and AI, 50-50 is now there. If we talk about writing section, yes, the same story in writing section. Again, there is AI. Along with that, there is human involvement in the same field, writing section. Reading section, yes, it's a little bit different, it's a little bit catchy, and here the students normally trapped and reading. But I would say that reading is not 100% human generated, it is 90% almost AI, with 10% involvement of human as well. And if I talk about listening section, so here we have, big change, and I think listening is playing a big role to, give you the highest score in PTE. Guys, try to understand, in Ielts, in PTE, 90% these days AI is involved. Well, 10% somehow overall, if I talk about PTE, so 10% now human involvement is there, particularly in speaking section and in writing section. Human, AI, both are involved. But if I give you the comparison between Ielts and PTE, now Ielts here, writing 100%, there is human involvement, no AI is there. So if you speak good English and if you write good English, so I recommend to go with Ielts. Ielts is the best option, but if you cannot write very well and if your speaking is not up to the mark and you cannot speak, complex and compound English, so I would not recommend to go with Ielts. Then PTE is a good option in this case. Overall, if I talk about PTE and Ielts, dear students, Ielts is somehow, worldwide accepted, and PTE is somehow, in a few parts of the world, Ielts is, cached. If I talk about Ielts acceptance, UK, yes, the best option, almost 100% accepted. If I talk about Australia, if I talk about New Zealand, so in these English countries, Ielts is 100% accepted. So no more thinking about Ielts and PTE, go with any option. But remember students, if in case, at the end, I would say that if you are having multiple options, and if you're thinking that no, Ielts, PTE, and my target may be if I go to Australia, I may go to even Canada or even Germany, New Zealand, Norway, Denmark, France, Spain, Italy, Portugal. There are so many more options in European countries. Then I do not recommend to go with PTE. Ielts is the best option all across the globe. Ielts is a kind of a brand, and this is a dollar. It can be cashed everywhere, anytime. So this is what a conclusion in the last few words I'll say, that Ielts, yes, everywhere. PTE maybe 20 to 30% of the world that is accepting Ielts, PTE. I hope this is now clear, and still if there is any confusion, yes, I'm always around. My WhatsApp number is there in the bottom. You can click, and yes, I'm always there with you to guide you further. Thank you very much, guys. Take very good care of yourself. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah.